you tell my daughters all women are stupid?
So what do you expect me to
Bitch!
Like, now? So what is it?
Let me tell you something. You better get your ass and get your you
my
want to get
opinion.
fucked? Duck up.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, and get notified on our channel. From the moment Angela stepped onto the screen in 90 Day Fiancé, it was clear she was a force to be reckoned with. Loud, unapologetic, and always in control. But when you see the way she fights with Michael, especially that explosive showdown you all just witnessed, you can't help but think, if that's how she fights, how does Michael even survive? Is Angela just misunderstood, or is she really as toxic as she seems?
There is a problem here! And you are the problem!
Angela made it clear that she was in control, and she wasn't shy about letting Michael and the rest of us know it. Remember when she first traveled to Nigeria to meet Michael? Right off the bat, she set the tone by questioning his every move and laying down the law. It wasn't long before we saw how she would question his intentions, constantly reminding him and herself that she was the one making all the sacrifices. This wasn't just a relationship, it was Angela's world, and Michael was just living in it.
Keep smiling, mother. Keep smiling, you fraudulent mother. I'm the dumb one, because you know what I told my kid? You know what I told my girls? All women are dumb.
If Angela's controlling nature was the foundation, her verbal and emotional abuse was the toxic glue holding their relationship together. Throughout their time on the show, Angela's harsh words and cutting insults became almost a routine part of their interactions. One instance that sticks out is when Angela erupted because Michael dared to smile during a conversation with others. Instead of seeing it as an innocent moment, Angela accused him of being disrespectful, calling him a fraudulent mother, and demanding his immediate compliance. And who could forget the numerous times she screamed at him to get out of her house, as if constantly reminding him that he was an outsider in what should be their shared home. These verbal attacks weren't just isolated incidents, they were a constant in their relationship. Angela's accusations of cheating, her baseless claims that Michael was only using her for a visa, and her general lack of trust all piled on to Michael, creating an environment of relentless stress and fear. Over time, it became painfully obvious that Angela's words were more than just outbursts. They were weapons she used to maintain control and keep Michael tamed. As Angela's aggressive behavior continued to escalate, it wasn't just their relationship that was unraveling, it was affecting everyone around them. When Angela and Michael walked into the cast house, it was like a storm had just blown in. What was supposed to be a casual, perhaps even fun, group hangout quickly spiraled into chaos, all thanks to Angela's fiery temper. Things took a dramatic turn when Michael started chatting with some of the other cast members, especially the women. Now, you'd think that a little harmless conversation wouldn't be a big deal, right? But not for Angela. The sight of Michael smiling and interacting with others seemed to flip a switch in her. She went from 0 to 100 in a matter of seconds, lashing out at Michael in front of everyone. Her jealousy and insecurities came roaring to the surface as she accused him of not paying enough attention to her, of disrespecting her, and of who knows what else. The other cast members were left in shock, probably wondering what on earth they had just walked into.
I can see why Michael ran away.
To be honest, I was scared.
I said my opinion.
Get out of my house. This is my house.
Angela didn't stop there, as Michael tried to retreat, probably just to get some space and avoid further confrontation. Angela followed him, her anger growing even more intense. She berated him, shouting at him to back up and get out of the house as if he was some sort of intruder. It wasn't just an argument, it was a full-blown public humiliation. And the worst part, you could see the fear and frustration on Michael's face as he tried to navigate this minefield of a situation without making things worse. What stood out was the fear she instilled, not just in Michael, but in everyone around her. The other cast members were walking on eggshells, clearly wary of getting on Angela's bad side. Her need to control Michael extended beyond just him. It was like she needed to dominate the entire environment to feel secure. And that's the thing with Angela. Her behavior seemed less about love or concern for Michael and more about maintaining control control over him and the situation. This wasn't just drama for the sake of TV, it was a window into a relationship dynamic that was as unhealthy as it was toxic. The tell-all episode didn't help with the situation. The tension between Angela and Michael had reached a boiling point. Angela's distrust of Michael had been simmering for a long time, fueled by her relentless accusations that he was cheating on her. If you've been following their journey, you know that Angela never missed an opportunity to question Michael's loyalty. Every smile, every conversation he had with another woman, even a passing glance, it all became an excuse for Angela's growing paranoia.
Does anything tell you that Michael is cheating on Angela in any way?
I've got 160 pages of reports. To answer your question directly,
As the tell-all approached, Angela's suspicions only grew more intense. She was convinced that Michael was hiding something from her, so much so that she decided to hire a private investigator to dig into his life. But when the private investigator finally presented his findings, it was a moment of pure shock. Despite Angela's fervent belief that Michael was cheating, the investigator found nothing. For most people, this would have been a moment of relief, a chance to take a breath and rebuild trust. But Angela, she couldn't let it go. Instead of being relieved, she was almost angry. It was like she couldn't process the idea that Michael might actually be telling the truth. Rather than accepting the findings, Angela doubled down on her accusations, refusing to believe that Michael could be innocent. This revealed just how deep Angela's insecurities ran, and how far she was willing to go to keep control, even at the cost of her own peace of mind. You can see it in Michael's eyes, in his body language. He's exhausted, emotionally drained from always having to tread so carefully around Angela. This isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about survival in a relationship where his own needs and feelings are often pushed aside. The emotional toll on Michael is undeniable. He's stuck in a situation where expressing himself could lead to more abuse, so he chooses to bottle it up, but that only leads to more frustration and sadness. It's a heartbreaking cycle, and you can't help but feel for the guy as he tries to navigate a relationship that seems more like a battlefield than a partnership.
Agitated at the fact that he's not showing her any attention.
Listen, I don't care who you talk to. Why don't you ever pay attention to your wife? I'm playing with a good-looking man, another good-looking man, and you don't even give a When I tell you I worked hard, did I not bust my ass 3 jobs to go over there for 3 years to him? Yeah. And for him to think that I'm just a bitch about a cheating incident, you understand exactly what you told that girl. You messed with my head.
Why?
He doesn't appreciate nothing I do, Sean. I goddamn hate Botox. I do that not because I want to be young like y'all think, because I don't want him walking around with a smoking ass wrinkled woman. Do you think he cares about that?
When you take a closer look at Angela's behavior, it becomes clear that her actions go far beyond just being overly emotional or having a bad temper. What we're really seeing is a consistent pattern of manipulation designed to keep Michael in a perpetual state of guilt, confusion, and submission. One of Angela's go-to tactics is gaslighting. She often twists situations to make Michael doubt his own perceptions, making him feel like he's the one in the wrong, even when it's clear that her accusations are baseless. She's also a master at playing the victim, turning every argument into a scenario where she's the one who's been wronged, regardless of the facts. This puts Michael in a position where he feels like he has to constantly apologize and make amends, even when he hasn't actually done anything wrong. Angela also isolates Michael from others, making him feel like she's the only person he can rely on, which further deepens her control over him. Social media has been buzzing with reactions to Angela's treatment of Michael, and if you take a look at Twitter, Reddit, or any fan forum, you'll see a lot of people expressing concern for him. Fans have pointed out how unfairly Michael is treated, and many have voiced their support for him, urging him to stand up for himself or even leave the relationship altogether. The consensus is that Angela's harsh treatment is unjustifiable, and many viewers feel that Michael deserves better. It's not uncommon to see comments like, "Michael is too good for Angela," or "He needs to get out before she destroys him completely." Angela and Michael's relationship on 90 Day Fiancé has been a roller coaster of emotions, but not the kind that leaves you feeling exhilarated. Instead, it's been a ride through manipulation, control, and emotional turmoil, with Angela steering the way. If you want regular updates on their toxic relationship, stay tuned. This saga is far from over.